Hey, Forrest here. Nothing like getting paid. And with ICCU's mobile app, I can deposit checks or accept Zelle payments so the money hits my account fast. I just wish there was an app for mowing the rest of these lawns.
Right now, Lithia Ford of Boise is buying used vehicles. How much you want for the SUV?
I don't know.
Well, Lithia Ford will give you more than that.
How much more?
More than you think.
I'm not thinking anything.
I'm thinking you might get even more than that. See how much more you can get at Lithia Ford of Boise.
When it comes to concrete, we've got you covered. Rowpaint.com offers custom concrete coating services for your garage, business, warehouse, and more. And we do it in one day. We are your complete concrete coatings solution.
It's time for the Lithia Ford of Boise postgame show from Bronco Nation News. We're breaking down the game with highlights, interviews, analysis, and most importantly, you. Give your thoughts on the game in the YouTube chat or Facebook comments, and we'll include the best ones on the show. Check out LithiaFordBoise.com to view their full inventory of vehicles, or check them out at 8853 West Fairview in Boise. Now let's head out and join BJ Rains for the Lithia Ford of Boise post-game show from Bronco Nation News.
Board, and they're really good at it. It's their strength, and we had to be a little more physical, and we weren't physical enough to be able to get it done.
You guys are usually a pretty good rebounding team, though.
Yeah, but they just shoved us under, and they were too strong for us, and we just probably got a little worn down physically, and you give up 21 offensive rebounds on the road, you're not going to win if you.
Final 6:41 of regulation, no field goals as well. I think you went 11 minutes total, until 20 seconds were left in overtime.
No, they kind of bullied us on both ends. They were physical, and it got us on our heels, and I don't know if we ran out of gas or what, but they turned up the heat on us, and we weren't able to respond.
Obviously, a quick turnaround, big game on Tuesday.
Yep.
I know a lot of fans, everybody are kind of freaking out, but this is the quad 2 road loss. It's not the end of the world. How do you put this big picture here?
Well, we just, we got to get back, regroup, and these we've had a lot of big games in a short period of time, and the wear and tear I think showed up a little bit tonight down the stretch, because I thought we played pretty darn good for 32 minutes, and then that last 8 minutes, kind of just wore us out a little bit.
You're up 12 with 8 minutes to go.
Yeah.
This team is a lot better than people give them credit for, and this is
a
much harder place to play than people give credit
no
for.
No doubt, and I was, it just, because we had some really good defensive possessions down the stretch that just ended in an offensive rebound. And if those, we haven't been, it's all for naught if you can't get the board, and we had too many of those.
But it's basketball, right? It's a long season. It's one game. I know you got to learn from it and move on. But is this going to be an easy one to just
no,
say,
they're never easy. These guys, we come to compete our tails off night after night after night, and this league is tough. And we kick ourselves because we were in a real good position, and we'll look at everything we did and what we could do better. And we got another great rebounding team coming in. Tuesday, we got to be better at it.
And how much Tuesday do you need a packed house for senior night?
Oh, we need it sold out. These guys have been battling their tails off. They're, like I said, it's, we talked about it at the start of this stretch, knowing 4 games in 9 days.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've had a stretch like this. And, 2 of them on the road, high-level game against New Mexico, high-level game against UNLV, and then tonight. And like I said, I don't know if we ran out of gas or if I could have subbed more, but you got to kind of dance with the one who brung you. And
Sure.
Those are the guys, and that's a physical team. Like I said, they did this to New Mexico. Just New Mexico made some more shots and got by them a little bit more.
Well, Coach, appreciate your time. We'll see you at the airport. I'm on the same flight,
All
so
right.
hopefully it's safe. We'll see you soon, and thanks a lot for your time.
Thanks.
Boise State back in action Tuesday night against San Diego State. We appreciate Coach Leon Rice for his time. The first 15 seconds of that or so was muted, so I apologize for that, but kind of fitting for the game, I guess. Chibuzo Agbo going to join us here as well, and this will be a quick post-game show because we got a flight to get to, as they do as well. And come around here if you don't mind. Yep. Gonna have to keep it short with Chibuzo. They're telling us because they've got a flight in about an hour and a half. And Boise State falls in overtime, 74-68. Chibuzo Agbo, nice enough to join us. Tough night on the glass, man. What kind of went wrong tonight?
That's the thing we had written down on our keys to win the game tonight. The first thing was rebounding, and we just didn't do that tonight. They got 21 offensive boards. And it's going to be hard to win a game whenever that happens. So that's something we can't allow to happen again. And, we're going to think about this next day. Quick turnaround, but we're not going to let it happen again.
I mean, you guys are one of the best defensive rebounding teams in the country. How do you explain 21 offensive rebounds?
When you have big guys like they do, and they're just hunkered down in there, it's more than just a big job to get it. Some of the guards got to come down and chip too. Sometimes you got to take two guys to box out one, and we just weren't locked in on that.
It's tough time scoring down the stretch too. No field goals in the final 6:41. Your bucket or free throws, I think, with 4:42 left, no points in the end. To finish off regulation. Just what turned the tide there? You were up 12 with 8. It was looking pretty good with 8 minutes to go, and then they kind of went on a run. And you guys couldn't buy a bucket. What happened down the stretch?
Sometimes I think just when you get later into the game, you want to get good shots, and some guys kind of get tight. Not want to shoot a bad shot. So I think that's kind of what happened to us a little bit. And also the ball just bounced around a little bit. Didn't go in for us.
You look past them at all looking to Tuesday? You think you guys had the right focus tonight, or?
We could have been more locked in for sure. I think we're a little amped up, for the next game. But quick turnaround, play on Tuesday, so right back at it.
What is the thought on Tuesday? San Diego State, obviously, huge game. We'll see what they do tonight to see, what's on the line for that one. But obviously, senior nights for Marcus Shaver and a couple of your guys, and I'm sure you want a big crowd.
Right. Regardless of what we're playing for, we're going to give it 100%. We're going to give them our best shot.
And how fired up are you guys, I guess, to show that the game tonight's not going to linger on for these next couple of games here?
Very fired up. Real quick turnaround. We're already thinking about where we're getting our system, so we're going to be ready to go.
Hey, man, safe travels back.
Yes, sir.
I'll see you at the airport in a little bit. Chibuzo Agbo, nice enough to join us. Thanks, even after a tough loss, and I appreciate him and Coach Rice for coming on and joining us. Tough one for Boise State. We'll take some of your comments here, but complete meltdown from Grand Tetons. Frustrating with a capital F. Again, sorry for the first 20 seconds of Coach Rice or so, but he said couldn't get a rebound was kind of his exact thing. Couldn't get a rebound, and it was muted. And then kind of fitting for how the game went that Boise State was unable to get. That I couldn't get the microphone going there, but we only missed a couple 20 seconds or so. But 21 offensive rebounds for San Jose State. Boise State just could not get a defensive rebound, and 21 offensive rebounds. If I got to go back and look, that's got to be one of the more most offensive rebounds in a long time. 15 second chance points for San Jose State. Boise State with 0 second chance points. So 0 second chance points for Boise State. Boise State only had 4 offensive rebounds. The final numbers on the glass, 53-32. Boise State out rebounded by 21, 53-32. Really, really tough one for Boise State tonight. And just couldn't get it going. It's the most in the Leon Rice era. There you go, Hunter says. Appreciate that. 21 offensive rebounds, according to Hunter, is the most in the Leon Rice era. Shaver needs to stop hanging his head. He's a senior. Body language is terrible. Need his confidence. Next game up. This is a game we're not having a big came back to bite him. Yeah, I mean, it was a tough one with Diallo was kind of owning things down there. Box out drill, all next practice, silly loss. I mean, you look at it, and Boise State, number 8 in the country in defensive rebounding. Boise State came into this game number 8 in the country in defensive rebounding, gives up 21 offensive rebounds. So it was just one of those games, and you heard him say they could have been more locked in. Maybe we're looking at the next game. Chibuzo Agbo kind of admitted it right there. So he says, holy cow, it was like 10 minutes without a field goal. I think the exact number was over 11. They went the final 6:41 of regulation and then didn't get one until 20 seconds were left in overtime. So that's 11:01 according to my counting, that they went without a field goal. Shredding my vocal cords Tuesday. Got to soothe the soul before Vegas. I mean, so here's the deal, folks. Here's what happened. It was obviously a very tough loss for Boise State. It's a loss that, hurts right now. It hurts for the Mountain West title. But it really, in the end, if you win on Tuesday, it means nothing. Boise State just needs to win one of these last two games. They're in the NCAA tournament. I know a lot of folks are freaking out right now, and justifiably so. You guys are fans. I get it. But the sky is really not falling. I saw somebody say, "Oh, they're going to the NIT." Like, let's just take a deep breath, back away from the keyboard just for a second, as the San Jose Duck walks by here. Let's see if he comes by here. Yeah, the Duck unfortunately is coming by here. Hey, Duck, we're live in Boise, Idaho, man. They're feeling bad right now. There he is. There's the San Jose Duck, man. Congrats on the win. We'll see you in Vegas, man. Yeah, there he is. He's in a good mood tonight after that one. Tough one for Boise State, but again, it's not the end of the world, folks. It's a loss. It's a tough loss, but in the end, if you win on Tuesday, this loss is forgotten. And if you were going to win one of the two, you'd rather win on Tuesday anyway. So I'm not. Maybe I'm just an optimist. Maybe I'm more of a positive thinker. I just don't see this as nearly as big of a, like season-ending, crushing loss as some do. Does it mean you probably can't win the Mountain West? Well, here's what has to happen. You still need San Diego State to lose tonight, and then you just win your next two. So, I mean, it's still possible. San Diego State loses tonight. You beat San Diego State, and then you win in Logan, and you share a tie of first place. So it'd be a three-way tie with Nevada. But it is what it is. I know you guys are disappointed. It sucks. Yeah, I get it. But I'm, looking at it from afar. Does it mean you probably won't win the Mountain West? Probably. I mean, is it? If you had to guess, you're not going to beat San Diego State and Utah State, but is it possible? Certainly. But I still think if you can get, San Diego State to lose tonight, all is not lost. It'd be one game behind them going into the game Tuesday. So it was just one of those games. It's a 31-game regular season. Like, pardon my language, but shit happens. Like, you have a bad loss. You have a game where you don't rebound. And I was really worried about this game for Boise State. I said it all week. I told Abe Jackson today on the show. There's Coach Tim Miles. Congratulations, Tim. It was just a big win for San Jose. And I think that it was a huge win for them and their program, but they're a lot better than they used to be. So it is what it is, but please just take a deep breath, relax a little bit. It's not the end of the world. You come back for Tuesday and you see what happens. Did this loss mean you probably won't win the Mountain West? Sure. But does this loss mean you're in the NIT? Like, no, it's so silly. You're not. This is not an NIT team because you had a quad 2 loss in overtime. Like, let's relax. I don't think this means they're suddenly outside the NCAA tournament picture. You do probably need to win one. You have to win another game though. Whether it be the 2 games here coming up that are quad 1 in Vegas. I mean, I think you need another win. If you were to lose 3 more in a row, yes, you're probably in trouble. But I don't see that happening. I think they can turn around and win the game on Tuesday against San Diego State, and you're right back in it, and you're fine. You're tied for first with a game to go. So, it is what it is. It was all set up to be tied for first going into Tuesday. I mean, there was a lot on the line. It's not going to happen, obviously, now. But it's not the end of the world. But Boise State certainly, maybe this is the wake-up call they need going down the stretch here. Maybe they had that loss to Colorado State in the final regular season game. They bounced back, won the Mountain West tournament, and maybe that's what they needed to kind of fire them back up tonight, to get outscored, in the final 8-17 of regulation, 16-4 to force overtime. Boise State led 54-42 with 8:17 to go. Couldn't hold on. They lose 16-4 down the stretch, go to overtime. They go over 11 minutes without a field goal. Just couldn't get much of anything going. And as we said earlier, 21 offensive rebounds for San Jose State leads to 15 second chance points. Amari Moore, 24 points. You had 15 for Viola, 13 for Anderson. He had a couple big threes. You had 17 for Agbo, 14 for Shaver, 13 for Degenhart, 12 for Max Rice. Boise State goes 10 of 23 from three-point range. Most of the stats for Boise State look pretty good. They just stopped scoring. They just couldn't score down the stretch the last 6 minutes. As Dan says, season over. No, I don't think so. Quad 2 loss. That's what I'm saying. It's a quad 2 loss. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, it means you probably won't win the Mountain West, like I said, but it doesn't have anything to do in terms of your chances of winning the Mountain West, getting to the big dance. So, it is what it is. I get your frustration, but if you just take a deep breath, have a cut water, and relax for a minute, I think you're going to realize that it's not the end of the world. And speaking of Cutwater Spirits Mobile Studios here at the Event Center in San Jose, more than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails. Make sure to pick one up at your local gas station or grocery store. RoePaint.com, our title sponsor, is offering 15% off. ROEPaint.com, ROEPaint.com, 15% off using that promo code BNN15 on the interior painting in your home. Lithia Ford of Boise, the title sponsor of our pre- and post-game shows. Lithia Ford of Boise post-game show. Lithia Ford of Boise wants to remind you they will buy your used vehicle. That's right, even if you don't buy from them, they will buy your used vehicle, give you a cash offer on the spot. You can get more information, look at their full inventory of vehicles at LithiaFordBoise.com. Idaho Central Credit Union, the best bank around. And the Bronco Nation News family, the Rains family, so happy that we made the switch. ICCU.com. You can find a bank pretty much on any corner. And very thankful for Idaho Central Credit Union. So easy to use, the online mobile banking. It's just it's so easy and such a great experience for us, and we're very appreciative. TCS, Transportation Compliance Service. If you're looking for a new job, how about becoming a truck driver? The trucking industry is booming right now with the pandemic, and they can get you out there towing that first load in no time. Transcomservice.com. The Blue and Orange Store, theblueandorangestore.com. Check them out. The Blue and Orange Store has free shipping for any order over $40. That's right. An order of $40 online gets you free shipping at the Blue and Orange Store.com, and you can go into the second floor there, the Boise Town Square Mall, Pro Image store there next to Pro Image. They've got the NIL shirts, all that great stuff. You can check them out at the Blue and Orange Store.com. We come back courtside here for a couple more minutes. Frustrating with a capital L. I think I read that one already, but 21 offensive rebounds. Sure seems like we struggle against teams that have decent big guys. What else we got here? Oh, Jay says that praying for a miracle in New Mexico tonight. I think New Mexico can win the game, so, I mean, I don't think it's that big of a deal. They're getting out-rebounded the whole game. You got Tyson, who looks exhausted the last few games on Diallo. What's wrong with throwing out Scylla? Yeah, I mean, coach was kind of in one of those moods that didn't want to, do too much to throw at him. But, yeah, that's certainly something maybe for Monday we ask, why they decided not to do that. Let's see. Let's not be silly. No way San Diego State loses to New Mexico. Well, the spread's 3. And the spread was 3 tonight, and Boise State lost. So certainly is possible. Sloppy every way. Sloppy passing, shooting, rebounding, gone downhill the last 3 or 4 games. Thank you, Duck. Duck is a good dude. Happy for the Duck. He's gone through a lot. Great sportsmanship. Who's a good Duck? He's a good Duck. What a disappointment by Agbo. Let's see. You're an optimist. The game disappoints because it was a win with ball control and a bit of rebounding. Yeah, I mean, with 8 seconds to go, Mari Moore misses a shot. All you need is 1 rebound, and you probably win the game. 8 seconds to go. Boise State couldn't get that last rebound. That was a really, really tough one. Again, 8 seconds to go. They couldn't get the rebound, and that ends up being a huge play. And it was kind of par for the course, kind of how the game, went all night. And, you couldn't get a rebound, and where they make one of the free throws. You were lucky to get to overtime there with 6 seconds left with the way they, missed one of the free throws because they shot the free throw line pretty good tonight. Get the rebound, no doubt. San Jose is a pretty good team. Let's see here. Quad 2 loss, not as bad as previous seasons. Rice went cold in the second half. Really hard to imagine them winning against San Diego State. Matchup's tough. At Utah State, maybe tough place to play. I think with the crowd, thank you very much. Thank you. I think with the crowd, I think they have a chance. I'm not going to say that's I think they win on Tuesday, to be honest with you. I think they bounce back. I think you have the crowd behind you. I think there's a lot of reasons to be excited. But you had Max Rice play 43 minutes tonight. Chibuzo Agbo played 38 minutes, 36 for Shaver, 38 for Smith, and 38 for Degenhardt. So didn't get much from the bench, especially in overtime. Boise State went 2 of 8 from the field in overtime. They were 0 for 6 before I think Tyson Degenhardt hit those 2 3-pointers. It hurts, but I think we can still make the tournament. I want to start seeing some consistency from the offense. Too bad I don't have a bench that can score, take the pressure off the starters. ACOT's on CBS Sports Network. Rice got wiped out hard. Got to wonder. Yeah, I was wondering about that. He struggled after he got hit there. Could lose all 3 to close it out, not even make the dance. Why can't we win any competitive away games is a huge trait. What about the Colorado State game? Didn't Boise State play a competitive road game at Colorado State just a week or two ago and win that one? I think that was a pretty competitive road game. What about St. Louis? Was that a pretty competitive road game? I'm forgetting about that. There's some other road games this year they've won as well. So I get it. The trolls want to come out. Everybody wants to come out and be negative and say, here we go. They're going to, Leon Rice, typical again, blah, blah, blah. I get it. But at least bring some facts to the table. They've won plenty of road games this season, 5 road wins, I think, coming in. So it's just, if you want to criticize, at least bring some facts with you. The worst situation is if they don't show up Tuesday. Need our best performance as fans. Yep, I agree. Huge game on Tuesday. And I think they can win. And again, San Jose State, it's quad 2. They're 8-8 in the league. It's a 17-12 record. It's not the end of the world, folks. I will be kind of curious what that means. It was just a really nice game for San Jose State. So you just tip your cap and you move on to the next game. So CSU is way down there on the net rankings. Boise State was like favored to win by 4 or 5 going into the game. So it wasn't like it was some, whatever. I get it. I apologize, but it's really easy to pile on and say it's over and the NIT and all this. I mean, you should see my mentions on Twitter. It's pretty crazy. But it is what it is. Everyone is pissed, trolling, angry. Broncos bounce back. Fans need to relax. We all have our off days. It's a 31-game season. If this game had happened in September, November, December, it's not nearly as big of a deal. But it happened, right now with a couple of games to go, and I get it. Everybody's upset. So I think the game on Tuesday is going to be low scoring. I think they're tired. Let's see here. Having a hard time keeping their strength up, ready for Tuesday. Totally bummed. Can't give up on the team. Let's go. You got Tim Miles and his family out here on the court taking a picture. They're celebrating this with the scoreboard in the background. I mean, it's a big win for San Jose State, one of the bigger wins for their program. There we go. Derek's giving me a shout out. Appreciate that, Derek. Thank you for setting the fan record straight. Appreciate it. Win or lose, fan for life. Click the thumbs up. Yeah. I hate to say it right now, but the only local media outlet other than Bob and Abe that made the trip out here was Bronco Nation News. So there were other people tweeting about it. There were other people writing about it, but they're doing that from their couch. Bronco Nation News, the only outlet that made the trip and made the investment to come. And obviously the team lost, and I know you guys are unhappy, but win or lose, Bronco Nation News will follow the team and try to give you the coverage. But Dennis Beebe will be there Tuesday, screaming like crazy. Perry says, hope the starters aren't wearing down. Bring your emotions from that game to this one. Perry, I think the starters could be wearing down a little bit. I get it. That maybe is a small, they've been playing a lot of minutes, and this was the third game in 7 days or something, I think it was. So I get it. I mean, you played, was it Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday, I think it was. So yeah, that's the third game in 7 days. And it'll be 4-10 coming up on Tuesday against San Diego State. So tough one for Boise State, 74-68, but all is not lost. The Broncos, again, I think if you win Tuesday, you're fine. So it does put a little more pressure. You need to win one of the last 2 games, I think. You can't go into the conference tournament on a 3-game losing streak. I don't think that would be good. But to this point, it raises the stakes a little for Tuesday, but it's not the end of the world. You got New Mexico, San Diego State starting in about 20 minutes. So flip over to that one, root for New Mexico, and see what happens. So, just one of those games. It happens. Boise State, when you get 21 offensive rebounds, it's actually a miracle they got the game to overtime, to be honest with you, with how bad some of that was. So Boise State falls in overtime against 74-68. The Broncos fall to 22-7 on the season, 12-4 in Mountain West play. That ties them in the loss column with Nevada. We'll see how the tiebreakers and all that play out. But again, we'll see if they, in their hope is it ends up being a 3-way tie with San Diego State for first place. So, win the last 2 games. And if San Diego State loses tonight, all you got to do is win the last 2 games and you're co-champions. So there's Tim Miles shaking Leon Rice's hand again behind the camera. They're having a conversation there. So, a little smile from Leon Rice. So hopefully the Broncos are able to put this one behind them. So let's see. Started packing the 5th wheel today for the trip to Vegas. packed the BNN shirts already. Nice, Melinda. Hope to see you at Circa. We're going to have the party. I've talked about that a couple of times. Hopefully, folks are going to join us. We'll be at the Circa Resort and Casino Wednesday night before Boise State plays on Thursday. Join us Wednesday, 7 to 9 p.m. We'll be hanging out, having drinks. He'll have giveaways and things, and just kind of having a good time. So if you're going to Vegas, join us at Circa Resort and Casino on Wednesday night before Boise State plays. And I can get you some discounted rooms at the D Las Vegas right across the street from Circa, owned by the same company. Now you can get free access to Stadium Swim and all the nice benefits of Circa. Circa has sold out that Thursday night. So, but feel free to hit me up. I can get you a discounted room, and we would love to help you out. Bought my ticket for the Logan game. The game's Tuesday against San Diego State. That's on CBS Sports Network, I believe. Yes, a win on Tuesday erases the feeling. Vegas is going to be fire. Easier said than done, but let's win out. Start with Tuesday. You win Tuesday, and Boise State's back on track. Again, easier said than done, but still a lot to play for if you're Boise State. And again, I know it is a very crappy feeling right now for fans. And again, on my Twitter mentions, fans are saying NIT and another Leon Rice late season collapse. We're hearing it all. It is what it is. But Boise State 22-7. I mentioned 12-4, and still, in a great position to finish strong and make the NCAA tournament. So take a deep breath, relax, Boise State fans. It's going to be okay. And, that'll basically wrap it up here. I got a flight that leaves in an hour and 20 minutes. So I got to get over to the airport, flying back Alaska Airlines. I think the team is on my flight as well. So at least they get home tonight. And we'll be safe travels and hopefully back in Boise by about 10:30 tonight. And the team will regroup and get ready for Tuesday night against San Diego State. So go subscribe. I know it's not the best time. You're not in the best of moods, but $70 for the whole year. If you subscribe, I'll throw in a $25 gift card to the Blue and Orange store and a Bronco Nation News t-shirt. $6.99 a month if you can't afford the yearly subscription. We'd love to have you support our efforts and help support us for, again, being the only local media outlet that made the investment to travel to the game tonight. So hopefully you'll help us out, and we will see you Monday morning. We'll have I got to figure out who's doing it with me because Johnny's out of town, but we'll have a show live Monday morning, 9 a.m. Maybe Mike Prater will join me Monday instead of Thursday. But we'll get you ready. Take a deep breath, sleep on it, root for New Mexico tonight. And, all is not lost, Boise State fans. It's a tough one tonight, but again, I think Boise State's still in a pretty good position. Maybe I'm just the eternal optimist, but take a deep breath, have a cut water, and Boise State's going to be okay tonight. And again, appreciate all of you for checking us out. I didn't get a chance to mention all of our sponsors, so I quickly will thank them before I get out of here. Timberstone Golf Course, play timberstone.com. You can check them out, book a tee time, book a private lesson with Tad, play timberstone.com. Matt Bauscher Real Estate, the number one ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley is Matt Bauscher and Bauscher Real Estate. No home too small or too big for Matt Bauscher and his team. Let him help you out at Bauscher Real Estate. Ridley's Family Market, shop ridleys.com. You got 13 Idaho locations. They got the new app. Go download the Ridley's app, and they will take care of you. It's in the App Store, and you get up to 40% off. Love that CUNA location there at Ridley's Family Markets. If you're looking for business insurance, United Commercial Insurance, 229-8222. They make business insurance easy. Check them out. They can write business policy insurance in 44 states around the country. UnitedCommercialInsurance.com. You're looking for a new dentist? How about Boise Dentistry Co.? My dentist on the screen there, Dr. Meinert, does a tremendous job. We appreciate him. Check him out, BoiseDentistryCo.com. 5 locations across the Treasure Valley. You will not be disappointed. BoiseDentistryCo.com. While you're watching the show, subscribe to our YouTube channel, please. YouTube.com/Bronco Nation News. We're over 2,150. I think we're at 2,150 we passed today. So we're pushing on towards 2,500 and then towards 3,000. So YouTube.com/Bronco Nation News. Tell your friends, subscribe, turn on notifications so you know when we go live. And while you're subscribing and downloading stuff, I download our new app. The Bronco Nation News app is in the App Store. It's in Google Play, and we would love for you to download that as well. It's free. It's easy. You can watch all of our videos, read all of our stories. You can log in, read all of our premium content there at Bronco Nation News. Boise State again falls tonight. Got to head over to the airport, but appreciate all of you for checking us out. And again, I know it's a tough one for Boise State, but it's a long season, and there's still numerous chances for them to try to get back on track here and get rolling in the right direction. And a win on Tuesday night changes everything. So Sell out Extra Mile Arena if you're a Boise State fan. Come loud, help them win. And you win Tuesday, you're in the NCAA tournament. So that's as simple as it is. So Tuesday's game, you may not be playing for the Mountain West title, but you're playing for you'd be locked in the NCAA tournament if you beat San Diego State, get the quad 1 win on Tuesday. So have a great rest of your evening. Appreciate you for checking us out. BJ Rains at the Event Center in San Jose. Thank you to ICCU, RowPaint.com, Lithia, Ford, Boise, all of our great sponsors. Boise State, again, loses in overtime, 74-68. Tough one. Broncos game and a half back right now in the standings. We'll see what happens with the New Mexico-San Diego State game tonight. But we'll talk to you Monday morning. I'm going to write a story on the flight back so you can read all about this loss if you'd like. I understand if you don't want to. But check out BroncoNationNews.com. We'll get the interviews up with Coach Rice, with Chibuzo Agbo, and we'll get those up on the website here shortly. So have a great rest of your night. Appreciate you guys. We'll talk to you soon. Bronco Nation News Live, BroncoNationNews.com.